Page 20, playing in the snow. On page 17, they give you some TP thingies to work with. If you want to do that, you go right ahead. I'm not going to cover it here, but if you have questions, you're welcome to ask. They have a list at the bottom of the page for the different symbols and notes, and they simply want you to draw in that symbol or note in the appropriate TP based on the number. They do number 1 for you. Number 2, it says like a sharp sign. Well, you find TP number 2, which is down there next to the fire. And you draw in a sharp sign, a hashtag for a sharp sign. You just go around and draw in all those things. On page 18, we got Valentine's boxes. They want you to put in the total number of beats for all the notes in the little heart at the top of the box. And now they're telling you a quarter note gets a count. So you got to know what gets a count to know how many beats are in it. So it's like the first one, the 2 dotted half notes. Well, remember a dotted half note is the same as 3 quarter notes. If you just memorize that, you got it. So the first box has 6 counts in it. So you go through and do all of these. If you have questions, you let me know. On page 19, they want you to put in the names of the notes above each note. The first line is for treble clef, and the second line is for bass clef, and they make it look like a train. Isn't that sweet? Just put in the names of the notes. Again, if you have questions, let me know. You should know the names of all these notes instantly by now. You should. And that leads us to this snow thing we got going on page 20. There is a new note, another new note for the treble clef, and that is an A. This is the A above the treble clef. It's a ledger line above. See, the top line on treble clef is an F here. Well, a ledger line, lines are every other notes. Ledger lines work the same. So the first ledger line would be here. So we've already had 2 ledger lines. That's a C. So now you're just getting the A. So we got these. Memorize that. That ledger line, that one above treble clef, it's an A. Now, let's look this snow thing over. It's 3 lines long, treble and bass clef, 2 sharps in the key signature, so we're in the key of D major, and 4/4 time signature. Let's take it one hand at a time, make sure we know what the hands are doing. The right hand in the second measure, you have this chord, a D, an F sharp. Remember the F sharp's in the key signature here. That's just 1 and 2 and 3. Remember, just lower the whole hand down. And then just lift up and move. So you're coming down here from this D to this D. Just lift 1 and 2 and 3. And then at the end of the line, next line you got 4 beats rest to come back up here. Okay, that's really about all it's doing. And the left hand, well, you got the chord down here. It's a D, an F sharp, and an A. It's the same chord here. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then you get a bunch of rests and then whole notes. D and an F sharp, and then a G and an A, and then the chord again. This is much for the left hand. Put the hands together. You're here and here. Start. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and just lift up them up. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's pretty much the piece. Now once you have the notes and rhythms worked out, and then go back through it and get rid of any hesitation so it's a steady beat throughout. And then I think about the articulation. We have staccatos and slurs. On these chords, just play them. But on the third measure, connect it. Just hints at the wrist, short. For the half notes, connect them. And the last line and the last measure, they tell you to connect them. Here, they didn't draw slurs in any of the others. I just tell you to connect it. See, if they don't put anything in, it's your choice. You could disconnect those half notes if you wanted to in the first and second lines. You can. Well, it's entirely up to you and how you want to interpret the piece. I'm suggesting just go ahead and connect them. Then once I have the articulation, then I think about the dynamics. FF is fortissimo, which means very loud. You'll have to decide what that is, but don't irritate the neighbors. All right, it's just a lot of weight going down. Then come down kind of moderately loud, mezzo forte, and now it's for the right hand. Just sort of loud. The left hand needs to go down to soft. Very loud. And the last measure, you have that hairpin to get louder. You're moderately loud, and that means the last note's going to be loud because you got to get louder. Loud. Yeah, give a little extra. Speed, moderato's in the middle. You find the hardest part, wherever it is, it's probably going from here to here. How fast can you do that? That could be your speed. That's one way of playing it. It's not the only way. You get into it, you interpret it, you make it yours. You don't have to go that speed. You don't have to do those dynamics exactly like I did. You experiment. Let's play it together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do any dynamics. I'm going to play it all about the same, both hands. I'll give us 4 counts. 1 and 2 and ready and go. And 1 and 4 and 4 and 2, 3, 4 and 4 and 4 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, rest.